Happy hump day. Okay, the camera's super close, Thais. Okay, so let me bring this back a little bit. The camera's like, okay. The camera's super duper close. Okay. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I need to move my monitor. I should have had all this done. I should have had all this done. Let me move my monitor right here so I don't have to look down at the monitor. I can kind of look up. I can, okay, I think that'll work. That will work. Okay. Okay, let me close this out. It's Wednesday, y'all. We're back. It's been a long time. It seems like a long time. Our last Tyesse report was Friday of last week, and it's been a long holiday week. We were off Monday. The holiday was on Sunday, so we took Monday off. And hey, Ben Childs, hey everybody. I am just so happy to be back in my chair. Larry Myers, I love you. And listen, I didn't sleep really like last night. I was like, one of those nights where you kind of like toss and turn a little bit. So I'm not 100% right now, like as far as um my woke level, but in my soul, down in my sanctified soul, I'm wide awake, y'all. As far as the Tyesse report goes, mother is wide awake. I just thank God for Jesus on this afternoon. I thank y'all. If you can, be sure to share this video, you guys. Share it with everybody. Invite people, share it to your pages. This ain't Tyesse After Dark, so you can share it on your page, okay? Let me send out a few, if I can get this thing to cooperate with me. I want to send out a few shares. We want to shout out Sheba, who's on the ones and twos today. Kwame is on a much needed vacation. So we just want to shout out, okay, wait, okay, so my iPad is tripping right now. Okay, we want to shout out Sheba, who is handling everything right now. So give her some love, show Sheba some love, everybody. She's doing it for herself. As the song says, sisters doing it for themselves. So we want to shout out our sister Sheba, who's standing in for Kwame while Kwame is on vacation in beautiful Napa Valley. So we want to shout him out if he's watching. We want to shout out Kwame as well, or if he catches this a little later. So I see everybody: Gail, Larry Myers, Danny Marie, my niece Amber Soprano, Bobby McCree. Hey, everybody, share, share, share. Invite all those that are watching on YouTube. Hello. Love you much. And it's just a great day here in Los Angeles. Now, listen, the weather has calmed down a little bit. Give me one moment, y'all. I'm gonna send a few invites out. The weather has calmed down a little bit here in Los Angeles. It's not as bad as. Let me send out some invites to a few people, and we will get started in just a moment. Okay. There we go. So the weather is a lot better than it was. It was real rough. So it's a little better today, y'all. It's kind of steamy and humid the last couple of days. But listen, let's talk about the items that are trending right now. The three things that are trending on the Tyesse report, and they are as follows: a New Jersey racist accosted a black man at his doorstep, told him, called him all kind of N-words, insulted him, and then had the audacity to give out his address. He gave out his address and everybody showed up. The black community showed up the same way they did in South Carolina, when the Army sergeant, roughed up the little boy. They showed up in New Jersey and they were deep. Hold on one second. Ooh, today's one of them days, y'all. There's a million things going on. Oh my God, I got a lot of things coming in, honey. Oh, okay. Give me a second, y'all. It's one of them days, honey. I don't know how Robert Walters did this. I hope that went through whoever that was. Let me see something, y'all. Okay. Somebody trying to send me something. Okay. My Facebook is tripping on my iPad. Okay, here we go. Let me somebody trying to send me some tea, honey. I know it's probably about what's the name? Black Pride. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Oh, child, what is going on today? There we go. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm sorry, y'all. It's one of those days. We're back. We're back. The news is coming in. Tea is coming in. I was talking about the New Jersey racists up there in New Jersey who, hey, D. Ferragamo, Taylor Horn, Niece Amber Soprano, Aura Robertson, Dontre Hobbs. Hey, everybody. Love you. Thank you for tuning in. Uh, Thank you, Sheba. Sheba said, just breathe. We got time. But the New Jersey racists gave his address out, and honey, the kids showed up and they showed out. You won't give your address out to nobody else, and then they let you have it with water bottles and orange juice bottles as the police were taking you to the police car, sir. Now you sitting in jail looking stupid, and your next court date is Friday. Dummy. Racism is so 1955. Okay, we want to shout out a legendary actress, a beautiful woman, Suzanne Douglas. She passed away. We don't have a cause of death right now, but we want to just lift her up, lift her family up. I used to watch the show The Parenthood. It came on the WB with Robert Townsend and Reagan Gomez Preston, and it was really a good show. It was like a different version of the Cosby Show, but it had an urban flair to it. You know what I mean? And yeah, she was in so many movies. Jason's Lyric, How Stella Got Her Groove Back. So we are celebrating the life and legacy of Suzanne Douglas. She will be missed. I used to always say she looked like B. Smith to me, you know, the designer B. Smith. They could have been sisters. But that was my show scene. You know, the reason I like the Parenthood is because I'm gonna say I never related to the Cosby Show. The Cosby Show to me was fantasy because most black families that I knew in my world didn't live like that. So the Parenthood, you know, was more realistic as well as like 227, Family Matters. You know, everybody didn't live like, you know, good times and all that. So, but that was my reality. I just felt more relatable to the Parenthood, 227, you know, Family Matters, and all of those great shows, even My Wife and Kids, you know, because all black people didn't live in abstract poverty. You know, some of us have decent upbringings and, you know, with a decent family life. So rest in peace, Suzanne Douglas. We have a Surfside update. The death toll now stands at 36. The death toll now stands at 36 people that have died in the Surfside building collapse, and 109 still unaccounted for. Former hurricane, now tropical storm Elsa is in Florida and is causing very inclement weather throughout southern Florida and is making its way north as we speak. So the first funeral also was held. The first funeral was held. One of the victims of the Surfside building collapse. We want to lift up that bereaved family. Good afternoon, Tim Hall. Okay, so let's get to the docket. Our first story is Haitian president. Haitian president, I want to pronounce his name correctly. If I don't, all of my Haitian followers, honey, girl, I'm not Haitian, okay? But I want to say Moise, okay? I'll say Moise. Haitian President Moise has been assassinated and over there in Haiti, and the first lady is injured. So our lead story today is the Haitian president has been, yes, I just got off, me and DeMario just FaceTimed each other right now before I came on. For about 30 minutes we talked before I did this show. He's fine, Tiffany. And As a matter of fact, he said in Tampa right now, and Tampa right now is really like really clear, but he says the weather can change in an instant in Florida. He said, Florida, you can go outside and it's sunny, and 5 minutes later, child, look. So yeah, it's sunny right now in Tampa. Okay, so listen, Haiti has a history of political violence, political corruption, coups. So this is not shocking to Tyesse. It may be shocking to other people, but Haiti has a history of this. You may remember Papa Doc, Baby Doc, Lil Doc, OG Doc, all the. So we're praying for the Haitian people because you never know what an assassination will bring politically, because sometimes the person that's going to take your place may have had something to do with it, and you don't know what his motives or her motives is for the country, So we'll be following this. Anytime there's a presidential assassination, it is a serious story, and we're all over it here at the Tyesse Report. Okay, listen. Meek Mill, Travis Scott, they were at a really lavish out there in the Hamptons. They were at a lavish estate in the Hamptons, and the word is that they got into some type of verbal melee or physical, beefing out there and about to fight, and it's embarrassing, y'all. It's so embarrassing when you have a $50 million estate. I believe it was a football player, a football owner's home, and everybody was at this party in the Hamptons, the 4th of July party. Beyonce and Jay-Z were there. Megan Thee Stallion were there. Everybody was there, and just name anybody, they were there. And then you got Meek Mill and Travis Scott, y'all all in the back, busting bottles in the street. It's like, and Stephanie Mills say, niggas. Come on, y'all. Can we do better, please? Niggas. There was a previous assassination attempt that failed right after he was elected. Well, listen, Sean, he should have upped his security. He should have stepped his, he should have stepped his security up a little better. Thanks for that update, Sean. Listen, Meek Mill, Travis Scott, y'all really out here fighting at a $50 million estate. And the other news is JT from City Girl says she feel like she made it because she met Beyonce at the same party. Girl, let me get this straight, JT. You met Beyonce at the same party when they was fighting that, right? And then you say you feel like you made it. So none of your gold, platinum, none of that stuff. Oh, okay. Meeting Beyonce and you feel like you made it. Oh, okay, niece. At the end of the day, y'all, you can take the niggas out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the niggas. I'm just saying. Hey, Chocolate Lives Golf, Kenneth Davis. Hey, everybody. Talonda Foss. Hope everybody's having a great day. She said she feel like she's made it now. Danielle, she said she met Beyonce at the party on the 4th, so she said she feel like, her life is complete now. Okay. Listen, Todrick Hall, y'all know I've been very, because there's a lot of things going on with overall Mother Hall. So I have not always been, nice to Todrick Hall in my stories. Hold on one second. I haven't always been nice to Todrick Hall, but listen, I'm gonna try to get through the story without throwing shade. Oh, she gave that. I already know the smile she gave Cino when JT walked up to her. She do the same smile in pictures with people. She does the same. It's like this. She does the smile goes like this, Cino. She does that smile with everybody. I know it. I can do it. She does it every time. When JT walked up to her, she probably went, okay. Anyways, Todrick Hall, I'm going to be nice. I'm just tell the news, y'all. No shade. Todrick Hall's, where did he live? I didn't write down where he live at. Girl, where his house, wherever it's at. They broke into his house. He was over in London, and he wrote on Instagram that he was in London. And they broke into his house, and the value of the things stolen so far is $50,000. His cat sitter, his cat sitter said that she came and checked on the cats, or he came to check on the cats, locked everything up and left, and they believe that somebody busted a window, a side window, and came through a side door. Okay? And Todrick Hall believes that it was an inside job. He said he's shocked because he believes it's somebody that he may know. So Todrick Hall, listen, but it's probably some of them people that you didn't pay, girl. All you do is go around all around the country stiffing dancers and people that work for you, girl. It was probably a disgruntled employee. Todrick, when you get back from London, girl, you do an inventory. He released a statement. He said he's shocked and hurt and saddened, but he's just glad that his cats are okay. Girl, they just stole $50,000 so far worth of stuff, handbags and things, and all you worried about is them damn fleet. Okay. Anyways, I'm one of the white boys, one of the meth heads you be having over there, mama. I'll be one of them, twinks you have over there, girl. Double back over there and cleaned you out. Evangelist. You worried about them damn cats? Girl, they done cleaned you out. It was probably one of them surfers from Venice Beach that cleaned you out, mama. The person of the day, y'all, the person of the day is Nicole Hannah Jones, North Carolina University professor. We're just going to shout her out today because the university that she was working at, she wanted tenure. She was eligible for tenure. She applied, and they denied her tenure. Every white person before her with the same credentials and pedigree got tenure except her. So after public outcry and the news spreading all across the world, now the university wants to offer her tenure. Well, she turned it down and will be starting this fall at Howard University. That's when you know your worth, y'all. That's when you know your damn worth. You know, and when she was on with Gayle King, she said she thought about it like it took all of that for y'all to move and do something. Are you serious? So shout out to Nicole Hannah Jones, one of the chief architects of the 1619 project, and the fact that she stood her ground and knew her worth, and now she's moving on to a university that will respect her credentials and pedigree. I think my iPad froze again. It's okay. It's froze again. So I may not be able to see all of y'all comments, but I can see you there. Okay. So our final story of the day, you guys. The saddest part is UNC is our alma mater, and they treated her like an outsider. Exactly. I'm happy for her. Howard has gained a gem. Yes, India, yes. They offered her tenure on the last possible day and expected her to accept. It was almost like, Sean, it's like, I hate to use this analogy for such a notable woman, but it's almost like a pimp handing you some money. And yeah, like, here's $20, take it. Girl, y'all, Okay. She gave those girls bump. Our final story of the day is Chris Brown. You know, Chris Brown has never been off of, he's on every Tyesse report docket. You know, CB, C Breezy. Chris Brown is being sued by his housekeeper. The housekeeper said, Chris Brown, the housekeeper said that your dogs bit her. Chris Brown, you just can't win for losing. We saw you the other day at Magic Mountain, and Karuchi Tran was coming out of Magic Mountain. I don't know whether y'all was up there behind one of the Ferris wheels or something, chewing it or what. This woman said them dogs bit her. If it ain't one thing, it's another with Chris Brown. I think ever since he dealt with that Rihanna incident, he's just been cursed. We don't know how much this woman wants. Listen, give the woman $10,000, Chris, and let this story go on away. Give this woman about $10,000 and let her go on away. Now, listen, there were some stories that trended Monday. Y'all, there were some stories that trended Monday. I don't like going back in the news. I don't. I wrote them down Monday, but listen, Nick Cannon had his seventh child. It's a lot of stuff, y'all, Puff Daddy was talking about growing up with roaches on his face. I'm a news person. I like to move forward. I started from Wednesday, and I'm not going to go back to Monday. But Nick Cannon, girl, you're just a hot load peddler, girl. If that's your thing, hot loads, mama, just keep skeeting them. Because in the end, you are going to wind up paying. The children will suffer, and you will wind up paying in the end. So, that being said, y'all, it's time for the prestigious word for the day. Thank you, Sheba. Thank you, Sheba. It's twofold. There's two things I wanted to talk about. Two things I want to talk about, y'all. We don't never do a double word for the day, but we can because I'm Tyesse. We can do a double word for the day, and the double word for the day. I want to start by talking about the New York Times cover with Lil Nas X on it. The Lil Nas X cover. Okay. I'm all for individuality, creativity. I know that their boys are androgynous. I grew up with Sylvester, David Bowie. The list goes on and on. Gender benders, all of that. I was a cross-dresser for many years, my damn self. So trust me, I get it. But what I want to offer is this. What I'm realizing with young men like Lil Nas X is that when you have grown up in Hollywood, when you've been insulated from life, and you probably don't really, you haven't lived the gay experience, and it's crazy because you would think that everybody has lived our experience. Like every gay person has an experience that they have lived, right? Where you learn and you find out things about yourself, about your community, your culture, and it's a learning test. And you can tell when people don't have a lot of backstory, because people like Lil Nas X, they grow up in Hollywood and they're insulated with nothing but Hollywood people. And they have friends, but they're all connected to the Hollywood vortex. So, you don't really have people that will pull you to the side and tell you, girl, you look a fool. Girl, this is not the tea for you. I have people, right here on the Tyesse report that'll tell me, like Tyesse says, don't put that on. Take that off. That's not a good look for you. But when you don't have that, and they just pushing all of these ideas on you, and you don't have a voice, you don't have anything to relate to your culture and your community, then you're almost like, I don't want to use the word puppet because that's a overused term, but it's almost like you're just a dart, and they can just throw you anywhere. Hey, brother, and they can do anything to you. Like you're almost like a dress-up doll. And if you don't have a voice, you haven't found your voice because you haven't really lived enough and have people around you that can pour into you information and how this gay thing works. Do y'all follow me? I know there's at least 3 people understand what I'm talking about. I need to get all deep on a Wednesday. I know it's about 4 girls. Give me some comments on Sheba if you can. I know it's about 4 girls on here to understand what I'm talking about. Had Jussie Smollett had some girlfriends and some good Judies, she would have, somebody would have told her, girl, listen, this is not a good idea. If she would have ran that stunt she did in Chicago down by one of her girlfriends, they would have told her. But when you just in Hollywood hanging around Lee Daniels and all those girls, girl, listen, it can be bad. Somebody said, I thought it was my phone. And are we having technical difficulties? Because I'm still going. Exactly, Danielle McDaniel. Let me know if we're having any technical difficulties, y'all. And we will try to see what we can do. My main word for the day is as follows, you guys, and that is sometimes you have to accept the fact that you have to move on and you have to heal. You have to heal without receiving an apology or an acknowledgement for your pain. Sometimes you have to do that. There are Thai Squad members watching right now that have been through trauma, been through hurt in their families. Many of them are okay, good, y'all. Thank y'all. Many of y'all are black sheeps of the family. Many of you been lied on, talked about, shut out, put outdoors. And sometimes you just think that there was at one point or some point in your life, there will be an acknowledgement of that. And sometimes it just never comes. And Iana says sometimes you just have to let your heart break. What does that mean, Tyesse? Sometimes you have to go internally, feel that thing, and just let it all fall apart. I see people all the time on Facebook, and I know they're longing for so much because they're always talking about what people are not giving them from their family. I could preach this thing right now, y'all. I could preach this thing, but my cutlets are thawing out in the sink. You have to be clear. You have to be clear. And my family, and my family, you have nothing but people that are dealing with trauma, hurt, unrecognized hurt. Everybody. It's like it's unheard of. Everybody, aunts, cousins, everybody's dealing with all kinds of trauma, and nobody has acknowledged it. Nobody has gave it voice. Nobody has gave it sound. The only way I can describe it, my family, is little fires everywhere. And it was a time in my life I didn't understand. Them people can't give you healing, apologies, acknowledgement, because ain't nobody gave it to them. So sometimes you have to be clear that it's not going to come the way you think it's going to come. Sometimes your healing is just between you and God. That's a word right there. Let God, you may not get no formal apology. Niece, you may not get no formal apology, but you and God together can heal that thing. I'm telling you. I've lived this stuff, y'all. Ask me how I know. As gay folks, and I'm just speaking because I'm gay and black and gay, black first, of course. But I've lived it, and I know how this goes, y'all. You got to be mindful. Sometimes there's not going to be, these women of Brewster praise for color girl moments. It's not going to happen. And all you can do is give it to God. Say, Lord, I'm giving this to you. I need you to handle this, and I need you to heal my heart. And if somebody does happen to come around and acknowledge you and acknowledge your pain, you can deal with it and say, you know what? Thank you, God. But if it don't happen, know that it's all right and you're going to be okay. And that's why we're number one with strokes, heart attacks, and ulcers. Because you walk around with that pain and longing. And sometimes it's not even, y'all, it's not even worth it. And you've accomplished so much. with all that you've been through, you're gainfully employed, you have your own home, house, and apartment, and you've done a lot. And you've done all of that with that backstory. So that should be enough to give you starch in your back and allow you to fly free. If you don't hear nothing else I say, if I don't see you no more after today, listen, let go and let God. Give it to God. I promise you, He can take it further than you can. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Tyesse Report. Listen, if you were blessed today, if you enjoy the Tyesse Report, continue to contribute to us to keep us going and keeping all of this great content coming. We've been on a ball this last week. I think I deserve a Pulitzer Prize for my work on the Brandon Anthony debacle. You know, if there's a Facebook Pulitzer Prize, I deserve it. Make sure you share this content so that we can get our numbers up and we can get our reach out there. I love you guys. There may be a possibility we'll be on later on, the Four Kings. I'll give you an update if we're on later this evening. Have a great evening. And I want to personally thank Sheba for taking over and doing an excellent job with the production today while Kwame is absent. I will see everybody tomorrow night. Remember, tomorrow night we will not be on with Tyesse After Dark. It will just be a regular conversation. And I will see everybody then. I love you and have a magnanimous Wednesday afternoon. Bye.
What's up, Ty Squad? Thank you guys for watching today's episode of the Tyesse Report. This episode is brought to you by Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a Black-owned business focused on providing a safe space for creators and entrepreneurs. We have helped companies, businesses, and brands navigate the biggest communication shift in over 500 years, social media and the internet. If you or someone you know would like to have your brand or business go to the next level, please visit www.pyromedianetwork.com. Please don't forget to follow Tyesse on IG at _Tyesse_report and like on Facebook at facebook.com/The Official Tyesse Report. And if you're enjoying the Tyesse Report, please consider watching Tyesse After Dark, airing every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Tyesse Report, Tyesse After Dark, and the Tyesse Jackson brand wouldn't be here without your support. To continue to show your support, please feel free to donate via Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal. The information is below. Alright, Ty Squad, see you on the next.